These videos are made for the purpose of entertainment. These are not made to give you an excuse to harass the original creator. I do not condone the harassment or bullying of the creators featured in these videos.
Hello everybody, my name is Yuji and welcome back to Mari Cutie. We are finally moving on to season 2. I got lazy and didn't want to work on this video, but I'm making myself. I gotta get it off the to-do list instead of saying I'll do it later. It's been later for months now. I gotta get it done. Just like season 1, there are 10 episodes for season 2. All of the episodes except for episode 10 are fairly short, all ranging from 10 to 15 minutes. We will be going through this episode by episode, so buckle up, we are going to be here for a while.
I guess this means I should move on. I hope there are some cute boys in Hawaii.
Literally, the first 2 minutes of this episode is Mari monologuing about Levi, talking about how much she misses him, all the things she likes about him, and then demanding they track him down because she misses him so much. All of this while they're on a plane, by the way. Mari screaming and crying causes another passenger to tell her to shut the fuck up, and he calls her a bitch. Lizzie threatens Mari, which finally quiets her down before they land in Hawaii. Oh yeah, they moved to Hawaii, which is where a lot of their family is from, even if they don't live there anymore, according to the lore. When they finally land, Mari and Katie talk about how excited they are, and then we get some internal monologue from Lizzie about how she's sad because Levi's not there.
Well, this is depressing. Although we're in such a nice place like this, I can't help but feel sad. Boys are really stupid, so why do they have this effect on me? If only I hadn't gone to the conferences, then this would have never happened. I would never feel this way. I'd be my old, angry self. Now I'm just sad.
Which, I do enjoy Lizzie's struggle with her emotions. Lizzie's been kind of portrayed to be this angry loner type character who doesn't give a fuck about anybody but her sisters, and suddenly she meets someone else who makes her feel more than apathy, and now she doesn't know how to deal with it. It makes her a really interesting character, to me at least. I do wish it was all better written and paced out a lot more, but for what it is, it's a pretty solid building block. This is setting up for Lizzie to become a yandere type character, which if you don't know what that is, hi, how's that rock you're living under? Can I join? But a yandere is a character archetype in Japanese fiction, primarily anime and manga, who is initially loving and gentle, but not always, and then becomes obsessively violent or mentally unstable due to an extreme romantic fixation. Some good examples of a yandere type character are Yuno Gasai from Future Diary and Peter from the Your Boyfriend visual novel. I do not at all mind Lizzie becoming a yandere archetype. I love yandere characters. I'm very obsessed with them. I just hate how she reaches the point of becoming a full-blown yandere and starts murdering people. It's poorly paced and poorly written, but we will get back to that because we do have a while before we actually reach that point. Oh, I also just find it hilarious that so many characters are just so attracted to Levi that they lose their fucking marbles. Lizzie, Ellie, Mari, and like 2 other characters go bananas over this dude, and he's not even that interesting. He's the most basic bitch-ass white boy I ever did see, and it's so funny. If we got to see more of Levi and got to see why all these girls think he's so great, that would be one thing, but we don't actually see Levi a whole lot. We know basically nothing about him. He's just some fucking guy that all the ladies go gaga over. Definitely should have spent some more time with Levi in the first season and in this season, because we don't get to see him a lot this season either. So we could get to know his character and why people like him so much. Anyways, Lizzie leads them to their new home and announces that they also have a small beach house to go along with it. Which, how they afforded that, I will never know. Houses in Hawaii are not cheap, and beach houses are even more expensive than normal houses. Lizzie is loaded, confirmed, but how she managed to be this loaded with a retail job, I will never know. So they get to their new home and Lizzie goes off to the store to buy some necessities, and Katie makes a comment about how she won't let anyone in the house. At least Mari is with her this time around. Still shouldn't be leaving the underage kids by themselves, but at least a 16-year-old is more capable of dealing with a situation than a 10-year-old is.
Okay, I won't let anyone in the house, don't worry.
You better not.
Hee hee. Oops.
Saying whoops in response is wild. That is more than a whoops, Katie. Mari got stabbed. Lizzie leaves and walks to the store, and upon reaching her destination, she freezes, confused and mildly horrified because she has spotted, you guessed it, Levi. Levi immediately spots her as well and questions her cause what the hell, and she gives a rather calm explanation as to why she just so happens to be in Hawaii. The whole conversation they have is pretty, I don't know how I want to describe this, bland, rushed. The whole interaction just feels off. Earlier, Lizzie was thinking about how upset she was that she doesn't get to see Levi anymore, and now she's just calmly chatting with him like they were never apart in the first place.
Elizabeth? What are you doing here?
After Mari's performance, I made the decision to move. She would be teased endlessly, and, here we are.
What a coincidence. That means that we still have to deal with Mari, though.
She had a meltdown on the flight here. It was really embarrassing.
It was because of me, wasn't it?
Yeah.
She's obsessed. I really hope she finds someone else she likes here instead. I don't want to hide us anymore.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, I need to go get some things. I'll, see you around?
Of course.
The writing for this season is very rushed, which will become more obvious the more episodes we get through. It is not very well paced, and it's actually worse than the first season, which is wild. Levi says he doesn't want to hide their relationship anymore, and honestly, I kind of figured they ended their relationship when Levi told her he was moving. I know long-distance relationships are a thing, but the vibes I got up until this point was their relationship ended, but maybe that's just me. But they say their goodbyes and it fades to black. When Lizzie returns home, Mari's talking about how she hopes school goes better for her here, and how she hopes she doesn't get a crush on another teacher, which Lizzie very aggressively agrees with.
I really hope school goes well for me this time, and that I won't get a crush on another teacher.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to deal with that again.
That was bad. I hope there are cute boys here, though.
Oh no, not you too.
And that is a mood, Lizzie. That was a nightmare to deal with. But unfortunately for everyone, the nightmare isn't over yet. Because not only is Mari's love life going to get crazier, now Katie is thinking about cute boys. Katie doesn't actually have any romantic subplots in this series. She mentions cute boys, like, twice, and that's it. But wouldn't that be fucked if all three of these girls just started having love life problems? I'm glad Mari didn't give Katie a romance subplot. She is only 10. Although it would actually be funny to see Katie's unserious relationship problems like kids tend to have. You know how kids will start relationships but then break things off because Timmy shared his gummy bears with Olivia and not me. It would be a hilarious contrast to see alongside Mari and Lizzie's love life issues. Lizzie is not happy about Katie mentioning boys and tries to tell her that boys aren't everything. And Mari quickly jumps in, accusing Lizzie of liking someone, which Lizzie very quickly deflects by saying, "No, I don't. I literally hate everyone." While her and Katie are kind of giving each other the side eye, cause remember, Katie does know about Lizzie's relationship with Levi. And to really solidify that she is mean and hates everyone, she tells Mari her entire existence is a mistake and it fades to black.
I see I've made a mistake. How rare.
It's not that rare for you to make a mistake. Your entire existence is a mistake.
Wow, Lizzie, you're so mean!
I know.
I kind of like how you can't really tell if Lizzie is joking or not. You assume she's joking because that's her sister, and she's been pretty protective of her, even if Mari annoys the hell out of her most of the time. But at the same time, you're not entirely sure if that was fully a joke. Well, anyways, we cut to Mari and Katie's first day at school. Mari gets her new schedule, and she makes a comment about how she has science and math in the same periods as her last school, and she also makes a comment about how terrible it is that she has speech. I honestly don't know what kind of class that is. I never took anything like that in school. Outside of the basics, I took Orchestra and Game 101, which was my school's game coding class. I see Mari has an orchestra on her little schedule, and it makes me wonder if the IRL Mari played an instrument. Man, I miss playing my instrument. I played cello for like 6 years before I had to drop orchestra. Maybe one day I'll be able to buy and relearn cello. Anyways, we see Mari's first class, and she is seated next to a boy, who is, you guessed it, her new love interest and also antagonist. His name is Jake Urine. Yes, she named this bitch Urine. That is because Jake sucks. We don't actually get his last name till after he does the shitty things he does, but it's still so ridiculous to name one of your bad characters Urine. If I'm remembering this correctly, and I might not be, it's been so long, and obviously I can't ask, but I'm pretty sure Jake is loosely based off someone Mari dated in real life. Is it childish to name a fictional character Urine and base him off someone you knew in real life? Yes, but honestly, I cannot fault Mari for that because I do similar shit. I base characters I make off real people I know sometimes so I can let out all my pent-up rage on the fictional creature because it's illegal to do it in real life. I don't name them anything close to the person's real name, and I don't give them ridiculous joke names like Urine, but I've got some characters that I've based off real people because I hate them, and you would never know which characters I based off a real person unless I told you. And there is another issue with this. While yes, I have made characters based off real people and have made them antagonists, Mari made Jake attempt to sexually assault her character. I do not know if this happened in real life or not. I don't know Mari personally, obviously. So if something similar happened to IRL Mari, then I think Mari has a right to depict that in her series. Unfortunately, we don't know IRL Mari and what has happened with her relationships. We are outsiders looking in, and again, it's been so long now, no one truly remembers. It's been like 6 years since Mari deleted everything. So, take all that information how you will. I have very mixed feelings on the matter. On one hand, I'm like, probably don't do that. But on the other, I'm like, if this or something similar happened to Mari, then she has the right to speak about it in any way she sees fit. I don't know. But also take the claim that Jake is based off a real partner Mari had with a grain of salt. Because, again, no one remembers if that's true or not. I'm pretty sure it was said somewhere that Jake was based off a real partner Mari had at one point, but I don't know. I've got the memory of a goldfish. And I hope that whole little tangent made some semblance of sense. Nothing else really happens in this episode. Jake invites Mari to sit with him at lunch. They chat, aka Mari trauma dumps on him about her time at her previous school. And we cut to Mari's final class, aka science class. And as Mari and Jake are giving each other eyes, the new science teacher walks in. Mari looks over, her face changes to shock, and it fades to black, and that's the end of the episode. Honestly, I think right here would have been a better reveal that Levi is in Hawaii. Technically, the reveal would be in the next episode because we don't actually see Levi in the classroom, but this episode should have just been the three sisters and we're left off on this cliffhanger. Probably thinking, there's no fucking way Levi is the teacher, or just even being mildly exasperated that Mari probably has a crush on another teacher, only for the next episode to reveal that it's Levi. That would have been a better reveal. Oh, and then Lizzie learns from Mari that Levi is in Hawaii, and now Lizzie has to deal with the fact that not only do her and Levi still have to deal with Mari's crazy ass nonsense, but now she has to also deal with the fact that she had no idea her boyfriend was in Hawaii. That would have been some good drama and would have made her crash out later even better. Episode 1 of Season 2 was fine. There were a lot of jumps, more than I felt were necessary. We didn't really get to sit with the characters or the new environment for long at all. This episode was only like 9 minutes long. That's not long enough to set up a new environment or new characters. There's a reason a lot of shows have 20 to 30 minute long episodes. Oh, and the end of this episode has some fan art in the credits, which I think is super nice.
I'm so happy! Maybe things will finally work out after all!
Episode 2 starts off with everyone back at home and Mari excitedly telling Lizzie and Katie that Levi is in Hawaii. Obviously, both her sisters are less than excited that Mari knows Levi's in the same area. And Lizzie tries once again to point out that Mari cannot pursue Levi because she's a child and he's an adult.
Mari, he's an adult and you're 15. This isn't Japan where it's legal. We're still in America.
Can't we just, move to Japan and take him with us?
Lizzie bringing up the age of consent in Japan is something I saw a lot of people getting on Mari's ass for. Bitching at her for not doing her research. And yes, I agree she should have looked into that more, but to be fair to her thinking the age of consent in Japan is significantly lower than here in the States is my fault. In my original video, I mentioned somewhere about the age of consent being like 13 in Japan. I had looked at a few different places to see if that was factual or not, and everywhere I looked, I just saw the same damn thing. And at the time, I didn't really understand what the age of consent even meant, and I had just assumed it meant this is the youngest age a person can be for you to legally sleep with them. Because that's what I had heard everywhere, which looking back, probably just pedophiles trying to justify even wanting to sleep with children. Icky. So yeah, Mari thinking this and adding it in her series is my fault. That's my bad. I was the dumb one. I shall wear my dunce hat with shame. Well, Mari starts having a mini breakdown, because of course she does, and Katie asks her, what if Levi already has a girlfriend? The bold fucking move, but also she's not wrong. Even if it wasn't Lizzie, which it is, but it also isn't, we'll get back to that, the possibility of Levi already having a partner isn't something Mari ever really took into consideration. He is at least the series implies, a handsome man, and several people have shown interest in him. It's not that crazy to believe he already has someone. After Katie asks the obvious question, Lizzie is giving her the shut the fuck up kid look, which is very amusing. Lizzie says she should find someone her own age, and Mari confesses that there is a guy, and Katie is for some reason shocked that Mari has her eye on someone after only being here a day. Like, Katie, please. She saw Levi one time and decided she was in love with him. This is not surprising. This is just how Mari is. The rest of this scene is just Mari talking about Levi and Jake. She goes to say they're either cute or adorable a few times, but immediately switches to kawaii, and I think Mari did that solely to vex me. We cut to the next day, and after the usual scene of Mari getting ready, eating breakfast, and getting driven to school, Mari says hello to Jake, and they have a back and forth of, how are you? Great, how are you? Until Jake introduces a new character, Susie. She just teleports here out of nowhere, it's fine. Honestly, nothing super interesting happens for the next several minutes. It's really just filler. Mari goes to speech class where we meet another new character, Lonnie, who is a minor antagonist for a bit. And we get some simple character introductions from not only Mari, which we didn't need, but also Lonnie and Susie. And I'll play all three of those for you guys just because I can.
Okay, my name is Mari Sky Kawaii. I'm 15 years old. I like drawing, writing, music, singing, dancing, making new friends, animation, making YouTube videos. I have two sisters. My older sister's name is Lizzie, and my younger sister's name is Katie. I'm the middle child, and our parents are no longer here. Our grandparents and other family members live far away. Most of them moved out of America for, jobs or something like that. Our grandparents live in California. I like art, music, games, and I like my friends. I love being nice to people, but I don't like it when people are rude to me or my sisters or my friends or just anyone, really. I hate pudding, also. It's really weird. And I also don't like soup or sushi, and wasps and bees scare me. My future plans, I someday hope to find my soulmate and maybe start a family. I want to continue my art career and improve my skills. I'm not really sure what I want to do when I get older, though.
My name is Lonnie.
I'm 15 years old, and my main hobbies are surfing, swimming, meditating, and a few other sports. My family consists of myself, my mom and dad, and my older brother. He's a competitive surfer, and he taught me to surf as well. I hope to someday grow up to be like him. I like summer and being outside. I love being active and always challenging myself to get better at what I do. I dislike procrastination and lazy people. I also don't like the flavor of coconut. To me, it's just absolutely disgusting. In the future, I hope to become a professional athlete of some sort, although I'm pretty sure I want to do surfing mainly. Something I'm super proud of is I've won countless competitions in surfing. I think I have around 109 gold medals from them. I'm training to be in the Olympics once I'm old enough. It's a huge dream of mine to meet some athletes that I've been looking up to for so long.
Well, for starters, my name is Susie Crow, and I'm 15 years old. I moved to Hawaii a few years ago from Iowa. My family got bored of all the dumb corn conventions, so we decided to move. Also, the weather was constantly changing. A tornado ruined my shack and killed my dog. Nothing interesting ever really went on there, so yeah, we moved, and I absolutely love it here in Hawaii. My family consists of me and my dad and my cat named Ichabod. My mom died a long time ago because of an alcohol overdose. My dad's name is Dave, and he's like a total hillbilly redneck kind of guy. I like to sing, draw, and play music. I play the ukulele. Those kind of things have always been super interesting to me. Something that I dislike is how much people make fun of me because I used to live in Iowa. They always make weird crow noises at me, and once they filled my entire locker with corn. I may have moved away from Iowa, but my heart will always belong there. In the future, I definitely want to reconnect with my friends from Iowa, but when I grow up, I want to live in Iraq and help people and refugees from wars. I've always loved helping people. It makes me feel so good inside.
This is an okay way to introduce characters and their interests. A bit lazy, but it's better than what Eternal Powers did. So, in the last few minutes of the episode, it's the last class of the day, and Mari is literally drooling over Levi. And when she looks over, she realizes that Lonnie is looking at Levi the same way she does. Great! We get another child pining after the grown-ass man! Wunderbar! But that's not the interesting part. After it fades to black, we actually cut to Levi on the beach, silently venting about the fact that all these teenage girls are all over him. Which is fair. As an adult, having a child express romantic feelings to you is the most uncomfortable thing ever. It's so icky. Like, back, child! Back, I say! Begone with you! Kids, leave the adults alone. You are allowed to feel interest towards someone older than you. That's normal, but you gotta keep that to your damn self and not pursue it. And if the adult finds out and expresses any interest back, run away. Run far away and get a better adult to protect you. They should not express any interest in you if you are not around their age. That's not normal. That is a pedophile. Run away. Okay, now that that's off my chest, Levi thinks about how he doesn't need anyone else expressing interest in him because he already has his eyes set on someone. And logically, we would think that person is Lizzie, right? Well,
The last thing I need is more girls chasing after me. I already have my mind set on someone.
this motherfucker sees he has a missed call from Lizzie and ignores it. Because Lizzie is not the person he's really interested in. Despite what happens in the later episodes, which is so shitty by the way, if you are not feeling 100% attracted to someone and you are actively interested in someone else, you do not engage in romantic activities with the person you are not 100% invested in. That's rude. Levi honestly just sucks, and he gets worse from here. Like a lot worse. That's it for episode 2. Not a lot happened. It was mostly just more filler and introducing us to more characters. Nothing crazy.
I really hope I'm wrong about this. I couldn't stand to see someone else trying to steal my senpai!
This episode starts off right after class, and Mari is freaking out about the possibility of Lonnie liking Levi. She even goes and confronts Lonnie about it. Lonnie doesn't give a straight answer when Mari questions her, and Mari hopes she's wrong about Lonnie liking Levi because she can't stand to watch someone steal her senpai. Mari needs a therapy arc. It cuts to their home, Lizzie asking how their days were. Mari screams good before stomping off to her room, and Lizzie goes to figure out what's wrong, but she can already kind of guess it's about Levi. And Mari has a crisis about Lonnie being better than her and how she doesn't stand a chance, and Lizzie actually snaps at Mari.
Come in.
Mari, this better not be about Levi again. You know better. This still isn't even legal.
I can't control my feelings. Some other girl I met was staring lovingly at Levi for the whole class. I confronted her about it after school, but she tried to deny it. I know what I saw, though. I know that look. It was the same one Ellie gave him, but Lonnie is so much better than me. She's super talented and nice. I don't stand a chance.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah?
Neither of you stand a chance. He isn't looking for a relationship with you!
And yeah, that was harsh, but sometimes you gotta be harsh. Especially since Mari was just going deeper and deeper into her delusion that her and Levi could start a relationship. Sorry but not sorry, Mari. You gotta get it out of your head that you have even a small chance with Levi, cause you don't. Lizzie should get Mari into therapy though. This is a situation that needs to be dealt with by a professional. So, Mari starts bawling her eyes out and Lizzie leaves the room, very annoyed. Katie asks what happened. Lizzie explains that she told Mari that Levi isn't looking for a relationship with her, after Katie assumes Lizzie told Mari about Levi and her relationship, and Katie asks when she is going to tell Mari. Lizzie basically says, I don't know, and if she finds out by herself, that's her own fucking problem, and leaves. And yeah, Lizzie is right. She gets to decide when to tell Mari about her and Levi's relationship, and if she finds out on her own and has a fit about it, that is her own goddamn problem. Yeah, it'll suck for Mari to find out that the person she's fawning over is dating her sister, but she has been told for months now that a relationship between her and Levi wouldn't happen. Even Levi himself stated that he wouldn't date a student. So it's not anyone else's problem, but Mari's if her feelings get hurt. We cut to Lizzie texting Levi, and she's asking him why he didn't answer her call. And the conversation is really awkward. He's clearly showing very, very little interest in Lizzie and their conversation.
Why didn't you answer my call last night? You almost always do.
Sorry. I was at the beach last night and I needed some time alone to think.
About what?
Just about life in general. Mainly about how Mari is still obsessed with me somehow.
Oh, speaking of her, I just yelled at her for it earlier. I got really mad and I told her that you're not looking for a relationship with her or that Lonnie chick. Or really any minors in general.
Good.
When do you think we can meet up again? It's been a while.
I don't know.
Maybe sometime next week?
Sure.
How about Wednesday?
That works for me.
Okay. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
I cringe whenever I watch this. It's just so awkward. And honestly, a tad bit infuriating. This is spoilers for way later in the series, but it's revealed that Levi had no real interest in Lizzie. He was just using her to fool around, and he actually despises her for what she's done to him. And I haven't rewatched the rest of the episodes yet, but I don't actually recall Lizzie doing anything bad to him till later in the series. And technically it wasn't to him, it was to his real love interest, Nicole, which is a whole other topic we will come back to. Oh well, she did stalk him to Redwall, and that is totally creepy, but he's apparently not liked her from damn near the start of their situationship. Levi honestly just sucks as a person. His character is written very, very poorly. He was written as if he's known from the start that Lizzie was going to go psycho bonkers and hurt someone he cares about. Because Mari knew Lizzie was going to be an antagonist, she wrote all the other characters to treat Lizzie like an antagonist even before she actually became one. Yes, Lizzie did commit murder in the first season, but she killed the dude who stabbed her sister. So I don't really count that as doing something bad. He stabbed Mari, he got stabbed in return. I know if someone stabbed my sister, I would probably do something worse than just stab the dude in return. Oh, she also did set that kid's house on fire, but no one but Katie knows she did that. Really, all the characters who were supposed to be protagonists are terrible people. Nicole is a bad person. Levi is a bad person. Caleb, the guy who stabbed Mari, is a bad person. And yes, he becomes a good guy. Ryder is a bad person, introduced later in this season. But they're all supposed to be good guys. It doesn't make sense. I get writing complex and complicated characters, but there's complex and complicated, and there's outright nonsensical. And this is nonsensical. Okay, back to the episode. We cut to the next day during Mari's speech class, where Lonnie is giving her intro speech. Mari goes right after her, and we get to hear her speech for the second time. Because we already heard this speech once, having it here just takes up time. It either should have been cut from this episode, or it shouldn't have been in the previous one. When Mari is done with her speech, she looks over at Lonnie and notices she's wearing a shirt that is the same color as Levi's eyes, which she is very upset about. It cuts to lunchtime where Jake questions Mari about what's wrong because she's very visibly upset. Mari lies to Jake. Susie and Lonnie reassure Mari that she can talk to them if something's wrong, which Mari very angrily thinks about how Lonnie is the problem before we cut again to Science with Levi, where she's fantasizing about marrying Levi, when her daydreams are interrupted by the intrusive thoughts of Levi possibly being with someone else. Ellie, Lonnie, and then Lizzie. Now that the idea of Lizzie and Levi being together has wormed its way into Mari's head, she should start becoming overly suspicious of the way the two interact when they are in the same vicinity, right? That's not really what happens. It's kind of forgotten about from what I remember. Well, because Mari is busy having a crisis, she doesn't realize Levi is calling on her, so when she finally does and answers his question, she starts having another crisis about him being mad at her, and she actually starts crying in the middle of class. Jake notices and tries to comfort her, saying he's here for her and asks her to meet him after class so they can talk. After class, Jake walks her home, and as they're standing outside Mari's house, we can see Lizzie creeping through the window. Mari doesn't end up telling Jake what was up right that second. That happens later when Mari invites him over and he sneaks in through her window. But they hug and Mari goes inside, where Lizzie actually tries to tell Mari about her and Levi's relationship. But as soon as the word Levi leaves Lizzie's mouth, Mari crashes out about Lonnie.
I see you've been spending time with this new guy. I kind of need to tell you something. It's important. Me and Levi—
Speaking of Levi! Ugh, don't even get me started. That girl I told you about yesterday was wearing a magenta shirt today, and it was the exact same color as Levi's eyes.
Oh, perhaps it was just some sort of coincidence?
No! There is no way. She always stares at him in class, and she blushes when he calls on her. It's so obvious!
I think it would have been really interesting if Mari's clear obsession with Levi is what ruined her relationships with her peers, like her friendship with Lonnie and her possible romance with Jake, because she just can't seem to cope with her feelings for a man who's literally never going to be with her. It just puts a strain on her other relationships, and that's eventually something she has to work past and try to mend relationships with people. That would have been a much better plot for this season than what actually happens. I do enjoy the tragic main character story where everything just seems to go super wrong for the main character, even though they haven't done anything to really deserve the bad luck they seem to be facing. I like watching them overcome their struggles, but here it just feels so forced, with no real reasoning behind the events other than feel bad for my OC, which can become very tiresome to watch. We get a fourth wall break, Mari talking about how her anime is getting popular before going to her room. So fictional Mari is also making a show about her and her sisters. I wonder what fictional Mari's show is about and what it's called. Do you think fictional Mari's show is about real Mari's life, or do you think it's even crazier than Mari Cutie? I headcanon that fictional Mari's show is about Mari and her sisters being aliens from another planet that have to blend in and live life on Earth now that their planet has been destroyed. It's called Space Cuties. Damn it, I want that to be a thing now. There's a short scene of Katie being mad at her math homework, which is relatable, and Lizzie offering to help before it cuts to Mari having a text conversation with Jake. He opens up the conversation by saying he can't sleep because he's thinking about her. Gross. And she invites him over, but tells him to sneak in because Lizzie wouldn't be happy about him being there that late at night. He stops responding and Mari starts to get worried she made him upset, but seconds later he texts her that he's outside and she lets him in through the window. He says he was worried about her because she was acting off all day, and she relents and tells him everything. And I assume that means her crush on Levi, the shit with Ellie, everything. Which was a bad move on Mari's part, but she doesn't know that yet. They're cuddling on Mari's bed and they end up kissing? And that's where it ends?
Wow, Mari, thank you for sharing your story with me. It means a lot to me that you trust me with it.
I just hope you don't think any differently of me, knowing some of the stupid things I've done.
Don't worry about it. No one is perfect. We all mess up sometimes.
Oh, Jake! Thank you for being so good to me.
Mari, I must admit, I kinda like you.
Aw. Jake, I kinda like you too.
As we can tell, things are moving at the speed of light. We've hardly had any time to sit with this new character, and he's already Mari's new boyfriend. The pacing just gets worse from here, and the plot starts to really get out of control.
Did that really happen last night? Oh my gosh, I kissed Jake!
Nothing really interesting happens for the first bit of this episode. Just Mari waking up, freaking out about kissing Jake, and then getting driven to school. We do see Mari has a new hairstyle for once, which is interesting. We do get to look at some new characters, just background characters, one of them being this girl with green hair, who doesn't actually belong to Mari. This green-haired character belongs to Yara DB on DeviantArt. Yara actually won a contest Mari was holding. Mari needed some original background music for her series and held a contest, and the winner got their OC featured in an episode. Yara's character pairs up with Mari's for this episode for a group project for one of their classes. Yara even got to voice their OC. Makes sense. We learn the name of Yara's character, Anne, and they exchange numbers so they can contact each other to work on their project later. This group project actually starts the beginning of Jake's character changing from seemingly nice, understanding guy to complete a total dickwad. After Anne and Mari exchange info, Jake meets Mari at the door to walk her to her next class. All seems fine until lunch. The gang is talking about their days, and we do get a funny little scene of Susie falling asleep at the table, which is a mood. That's basically me every day, perpetually tired. It's actually right after this where we get our first big red flag from Jake. He asks Mari out on a date, and she says no because she has a group project to work on with Anne, and he doesn't take it well.
So, I've been thinking a lot about last night, and you make me really happy, Mari. Do you want to go on a date? I already have everything planned and—
Oh, Jake, I'm so sorry. I need to finish a project for history tonight with my friend Anne. It's due tomorrow, and I would feel terrible if I ditched her last minute.
Oh, I thought maybe this would be more important. Maybe another time?
Sorry again, I need to get this done. Maybe tomorrow?
Sorry, I have something more important to work on then.
My only real issue with this scene is Jake didn't specify a time for the date. We can assume he meant that day, but Mari didn't even give him a chance to say when the date would be before cutting him off and telling him that she can't at the moment because she has other priorities. It does come off as her outright rejecting a date in general, which even if she was, that wouldn't excuse Jake's reaction to being told no. It wasn't a super extreme reaction, but it was still super fucking weird and rude and gross. But anyways, I would have tweaked the dialogue a little bit to make the scene flow better. Jake asks Mari if she would like to go on a date, and she excitedly tells him yes. 'Cause duh, of course she would like to go on a date with him. She asks when, and when he says after school today, she tells him, sorry, today doesn't work for me, I have a group project that's due tomorrow. He proceeds with the, oh, I thought this would be more important line, and she says sorry again, and tries to offer up tomorrow after school when he replies with, sorry, I have something more important going on tomorrow before leaving. Just a small tweak in the dialogue would have helped this scene play out better. The dialogue right now is fine, it gets the point across. Jake is a jerk. But having the small change of Mari trying to compromise because she does want to go on a date with him, only for him to be rude about it, helps hammer in just a little bit more that he's being an unreasonable jackass. Maybe that's just me, though. Mari leaves the conversation upset. Obviously, he was being really rude, and then it cuts to Mari doing her project with Anne, which I will skip over because it's not plot relevant, it's just so Anne has more screen time. The scene right after this is what's important, and it's once again the start of another character becoming a douchebag. And that character is Levi. I'm going to play the clip so you could see what happens.
Levi, stop. I don't think I want something like that. Stop!
Oh, let me tell you, when I first saw this scene, I got so fucking mad. And my anger was made worse when season 3 came out and we learn why Levi stormed out like he did in this scene. You wanna know the reason? So as we know from my earlier rant, Levi doesn't like Lizzie at all. And he actually cheats on her with a girl he was stalking. A girl that was actually one of his students. It would be wrong to date a student, Levi says, proceeds to date a student later in the series. Levi was obviously trying to be intimate with Lizzie, and when she told him no, that pissed him off a lot and solidified that he didn't like her, and apparently that was him giving her a chance to be less boring. Is anyone else feeling the same amount of rage I'm feeling? Because I'm pretty pissed off for a lot of reasons right now. First of all, that is a wild fucking thing for one of your protagonists to say to someone because they rejected your sexual advances. I do not know if Mari planned for Levi and his weird gaggle of goons to become antagonists later down the line, but with the information we have, he was supposed to be a protagonist, a good guy, and to have him try to use Lizzie in such an intimate way because she needs to be less boring is really, really fucked up. It's written off as totally okay for him to do that too because Lizzie is a bad guy. And hey, that's not how this works! Another reason this really pisses me off is because I've had partners and friends do very similar things to me. I am on the asexual spectrum, and for a long while I was extremely uninterested in sex as a whole, which means I wasn't open to being intimate with partners, and I've personally had a lot of people leave me because of this. I've also had people tell me I'm no fun and I'm boring because I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't have sex. And it hurts in a way that's damn near indescribable to see a character be treated as a good guy and be treated like he's the one in the right after using a woman and telling her she's boring for not having sex with him. It makes me very, very angry. This was a very poor writing decision on Mari's part. The episode almost made me break my promise about not making another video on Mari Cutie when I had my original channel. Almost. There were a lot of other people making videos and posts about MMC, so I didn't feel the need to jump in as much. Okay, there's not a lot that actually happens after this. Mari gets home and talks to Lizzie about Jake being mean. Lizzie gives bad advice. Katie panics about Jake breaking up with Mari and leaves her even more sad. Lizzie gets mad at Katie because she made Mari cry even more about the situation. And we cut to the next day during Mari's history class, I think, where we get to see two random students' presentation. It's pretty silly, not very serious. One of the kids gives a demonstration of a volcano going off, and it's ridiculous.
Wait, no, we're not done. I forgot something.
What?
Okay, I do demonstration of volcano. Okay. So volcano go, and then they go boom, and then people go.
silly scene Mari threw in. It's not super important. Mari does start having a crisis about choosing between Levi and Jake, which is again why Mari should have been the one to ruin her relationship with Jake because of her strong feelings towards Levi. It would have been such an interesting thing to watch her character struggle through. The plot we have now is okay, but I don't find it nearly as interesting as the concept of Mari ruining her relationships with others because of an unhealthy obsession she has with her science teacher. The drama could have been delicious. The last few minutes of the episode is focused on Lizzie. It shows her at work getting harassed by a coworker who has apparently been trying to ask her out on a date for a few days, and another coworker gets on her ass about being too mean because he probably likes her. Lizzie responds perfectly to this, in my opinion.
Hey, Cutie, you wanna go somewhere tomorrow night?
Sorry, I'm seeing someone.
Something wrong?
Yes. Your presents! Go away now.
Jesus! Okay.
Every day, that guy. Starting to get on my nerves. So damn annoying.
Jeez, you don't have to be so mean about it. Maybe he likes you.
Oh, I said that out loud. Well, duh, he likes me, you dumbass!
Like, yeah, no shit he likes her, but that doesn't matter because the dude's been told no several times now. He lost the nice privileges a long time ago. This episode's theme seems to be pushy-ass men and their responses to being told no. A theme I wouldn't have minded, really, but also there doesn't seem to be a point. Especially when Levi is one of the men who act like a little bitch after he gets told no. It would have been nice had Levi acted rationally to being told to stop when he tried to advance on Lizzie. And then we get to see another dude harassing Lizzie and not taking no for an answer, which would help solidify why Lizzie likes Levi so much because he's so considerate. Too bad that's not what happened. That's it for episode 4. Not a lot really happened. It's just small things to set up stuff later in the season.
I'm so excited. I haven't been to the beach in a long time.
It's been a week, but okay.
Alright, this is the episode where shit starts to get ridiculous. Warning, there's a lot of screaming and crying in this episode. I will do my best to lower the volume of clips if I play them so it's not ear-piercing. Oh, and there's attempted sexual assault in this episode. It's not graphic or anything like that, but you know what's going down. This episode starts off with Lonnie inviting the gang to go to the beach with her the next day after school. Jake asks what time because he's going to a party tomorrow at around 8. Everyone agrees and is super excited, and after establishing who will need a ride and who won't, we cut to the next day and Lizzie drives Mari and Katie to the beach. Nothing really interesting happens until they get to the beach, but Katie does make a funny comment about how she's so excited to go because she hasn't been in so long, and Lizzie replies with, "It's been a week." God, I miss the days when a week felt like forever. Nowadays, time goes by so fast I can barely remember what day of the month it is. Like, does anyone remember the previous month at all? 'Cause I sure fucking don't. Well, they arrive at the beach, discover they're the last ones there, and Mari introduces Katie and Lizzie. Katie says hello, and Lizzie, in typical Lizzie fashion, says bye. All but Katie and Lizzie set off for the water to learn how to surf with the help of Lonnie. Obviously, Lonnie brought a bunch of surfboards with her, mentioning how she brought ones in colors she thought they would like. Jake asks how she knew his favorite color is blue, and bitch, that's green. That's as green can get. I don't know if the surfboard was miscolored or if this is just a dumb joke, maybe about Jake being colorblind or something, but as soon as everyone grabs their surfboards, the unexpected happens.
Hey, is that Mari? Oh my god, it is! Mari! Long time no see!
Ellie?
It's me, sister! Look who I found!
Levi?
That's right, the gang's all here, and Levi got dragged along when he was spotted by Ellie. Apparently they're all on vacation, even though I'm pretty sure school hasn't ended for the summer. Ellie dragged Vivi and Annie along, and Annie dragged Paige along so she wouldn't be alone with Vivi and Ellie. Of course, Ellie is being creepy towards Levi, calling him her future husband, and Paige immediately tells her to never speak again because she's disgusting. Susie asks who they are, and they all introduce themselves. Ellie being super dramatic about it, of course. She says she's the best person they'll ever meet, and Jake remarks that from what he's heard, she sucks. 'Cause she does. She sucks major balls. Ellie immediately gets offended and shouts at Mari, "I thought we were friends. I was never mean to you." And Mari pulls up a YouTube video of Ellie's talent show performance. It makes me wonder who recorded it, but the whole performance plays. And yeah, it's only like a minute, but we did not need the whole thing played. Probably didn't need it played at all. It just takes up time. Ellie tries to claim the video is fake when Susie jumps in and asks everyone to stop fighting. Like, girl, you just listened to a song sung by the girl standing in front of you, calling your friend a hoe. I'd be a bit angrier if I were you and tell Ellie to get lost because she's not wanted around. Lonnie also invites them to try surfing with them. Some fucking friends inviting someone who clearly bullied your friend to hang out. I'd straight up leave. While Vivi, Annie, and Paige haven't done anything to Mari themselves, they still stand by and do basically nothing about Ellie's behavior. They still hang out around her. Yes, Vivi is Ellie's friend, and Vivi gets Annie and Paige to tag along with them because they're her friends. I still wouldn't want any of them to be around me unless they dropped Ellie entirely. Anyone who hangs out around my bullies can get fucked. The scene itself is, whatever. But it also rubs me the wrong way that it was written so no one outside of Jake acknowledges that Ellie hasn't been nice to Mari, and even invites her to join them. It would have been better if Jake didn't know about the whole thing with Ellie, and Mari just played people pleaser and kept her mouth shut to not stir up drama with her new friends and boyfriend present. But them being here isn't really important anyways, and while the writing irritates me, it's not the most ridiculous part of this episode. No, there's a few others that are far worse than Ellie and her gaggle of girls showing up randomly. Like this one.
I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Me too. This is kind of fun.
Guys, I need some help over here.
Random character death. Yay! There was really no reason for Susie to die in this scene. And the way the characters react just isn't very realistic. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't feel correct. The whole scene is off. It was just added here for shock value and to make Mari's life more tragic. There's no real point to this happening. Yes, shark attacks do happen, but not as frequently as someone would think, though. Only about 70 to 80 shark attacks happen per year. Later in the scene, Levi is talking to the police and says Susie was eaten by the shark, and that's not how sharks work. Sharks don't eat people. They'll take bites out of us, yes, but it's either because, one, they're curious about what we are, so they gotta give us a curious little nibble. Sharks are like toddlers, they gotta use their mouths to investigate things. Or two, they mistake us for food, but as soon as they bite us, they realize we are not food and we are in fact gross. At least that's usually what happens. We got too many bones and don't have a lot of fat like seals and fish do, so sharks will typically leave us be after a nibble. So Susie getting bit isn't entirely out of the question, but getting fully eaten? No. Really, my biggest issue with this scene is how everyone else reacts to the situation. Lizzie, Levi, and Annie don't really care. Lizzie cracks a joke, and Annie tells everyone to be quiet because it's just some blood, and then this stupid laugh plays. Levi is holding on to Katie for a bit, covering her eyes so she doesn't see, but eventually he lets her go, and when Lizzie asks why he did that, he says she wanted to be let go, and I didn't want to stand here and hold on to a child like an asshole. Ellie is screaming bloody murder, and it's loud and hurts my ears even with my volume down. I'll play the scene for you, sped up a bit, because it does take up quite a bit of the episode.
Susie? Are you okay down there?
the hell is going on over there? I'm gonna go see.
Lizzie! Call the police! Call an ambulance! Call anyone, please! We just need help!
A girl just got bitten by a shark here at the beach. We need help right away.
Is that blood? What happened? Wait, Mari, did you have another accident?
This is not a time for joking around!
Oh, I'm scared. Oh God, get over it. It's just blood.
She didn't come back up from the water.
I mean, she did, only not in the way we wanted her to.
Lizzie, this is not the time for joking! That's terrible!
Let me go, you idiot! I want to see what happened! Ah!
It's best that you don't.
I can't believe this! This cannot be happening!
Everyone, calm down. The police are coming.
How can we calm down, you emotionless thought? Someone just died!
Ellie, shut your mouth.
You're not my hot teacher anymore! You can't tell me what to do!
Mari, do you need to go somewhere else?
Sorry, I need to go.
What happened? Someone tell me!
Katie, that's enough.
Susie died!
What? No, that's a lie. Stop lying, Ellie.
That's the truth! I'm not lying!
Both of you, stop it! That's enough.
Poor Susie! I can't believe this happened to her!
No, this can't be true. Let me see. Lizzie, I want to go home now.
We can't. We have to talk to the police about what happened.
Calm down, Katie. The police will be here soon, okay?
How can I be calm when someone just died?
Why did you let her go?
She wanted to be let go, and I did not want to sit here holding a child forever.
Shh, calm down. It'll be alright.
No, I won't! Susie is dead! We should have saved her. We could have helped her. We could have done something.
I'm sorry, we could have. But it was too late. The shark got her.
I hate sharks! They're so stupid. Why? Susie.
I know. I don't like them either.
Can you explain what happened?
Susie was surfing. She wasn't good at it. She fell off and got eaten by a shark.
That's awful. I'm sorry. I ask that you all leave the scene now for investigation purposes.
I think the only characters who acted realistically are Mari and Lonnie. Mari has a panic attack and Lonnie runs off. They're 16. I do not expect them to know how to deal with watching their friend get fucking bit by a shark. Though there is no right way to react when you see someone get bit by a shark or see the aftermath of it, I do still feel like the reactions here weren't written well. That, and there's a lot of moments in the scene where the tension is broken with a stupid shit and ear-splitting screaming, and it ruins the whole scene. Like, again, Ellie's ear-splitting screaming, Levi, Lizzie, and Annie's nonchalant attitudes about the girl dying, and the episode just gets worse from here. After getting home, Mari is talking about Susie and how she didn't deserve to die, and mentions how her father now has no family. Lizzie tries to change the subject and asks Jake, though yeah, he's here too, if he's always lived in Hawaii, and he says no and starts to say he's from West Virginia, and Lizzie breaks out into song. It's so cringy is the best way to describe it. It's so fucking awkward to watch. I'm gonna make you all watch this so you can experience it.
Changing the subject. Jake, are you from Hawaii? I mean, I assume that you aren't.
No, actually, I'm from West Virginia.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads.
Sorry.
Maybe she was trying to break the tension, but can we not? That was so random. I would have greatly preferred if instead of a musical number, we got some more information on Jake. Like, this scene is supposed to be sad, it's supposed to be tense, and you just ruin that by making it insanely awkward by doing this. The okay awkward as fuck musical number aside, Jake asks Mari if she wants to go to the party he mentioned earlier to get her mind off things. Please note how calm he's been basically since this all started. Nothing is really done with that, but it would have been interesting for all the other characters to be reacting how one would expect you to react to the situation. And Lizzie, or someone else, notices that Jake is acting more or less normal about everything. And she points it out and he brushes it off. Just another thing showing how weird the dude is. Because other than the one incident of him being a jerk to Mari, he hasn't really acted super strange. His reaction to Susie dying isn't pointed out as weird, really. Katie mentioned she thinks Jake is kind of weird, but that feels more like she sensed his vibes were off instead of him doing something actually weird or off-putting, you know? I don't know, just something more than one incident before it's fully outed that he sucks. Well, Mari gets Lizzie's permission and off to the party they go. It cuts to a bit after Mari and Jake have left, and Katie goes on a weird little monologue about how she hates how innocent people die for no reason, and how people like the Red Man deserve to die. And at that exact moment, Lizzie gets a message, and I'll give you 3 seconds to guess who it's from.
Huh? I wonder who that's from.
What the fuck?
What? What is it?
The Red Man! He's still alive?
What? No way!
I think I'll accept it.
I lived, bitch!
Go fucking figure. He's texting her to 1, brag that he's still alive, and 2, explain himself. AKA telling Lizzie to watch the news, and it's a report on how Ellie has been arrested for hiring a hitman to murder Mari. Lizzie is clearly confused as to why she wasn't told any of this, and Katie makes a remark about how it's probably because they had left the state and the police couldn't contact her. It's a bunch of bullshit. Anyways, we cut to the party, and hey, look, Nicole and Bootleg Jake are in the background. Because remember, at this point in time, they're students! We see Mari and Jake straight macking it in the corner. He leads her to a bedroom where he gets her on the bed, and she stops him, telling him she's not too sure about this, and he tries guilting and begging her to let him when another character randomly bursts into the room. He calls over 3 of his friends, and they proceed to kick Jake over and over again. I will admit the animation and sound effects of them kicking him make me laugh every time I see it.
What the hell, guys?
Mari quickly absconds and calls Lizzie, and when she arrives, Mari tells her what Jake tried to do and how he got beat up for it. Lizzie enters a murderous rage for about 3 seconds before informing Mari that the man who stabbed her is alive, and Ellie was the one who hired him to kill her. The episode ends with Mari freaking out about all this new information, feeling bad about what happened with Jake, and we get this small little clip of a flashback from one of Mari's previous relationships. This whole episode was a mess from start to finish. We really needed some more time with the characters before a lot of this shit happened, and Caleb being the one to text Lizzie to explain things to her doesn't make any sense! He would be in custody. The cops probably wouldn't even allow him to have his phone. And Ellie being arrested so quickly after the whole Susie thing was just so poorly timed. Jake's whole deal was ridiculous. Pacing, what is that? It doesn't exist here. There's so much work that needs to be done in terms of character development and pacing. Characters don't make sense. The way things progress is at the speed of light. It's a mess. And it gets worse. I've said that like several times now, but it does. It just keeps getting worse.
Hey Mari, are you feeling any better today?
No, but don't worry about me, okay?
I'm gonna worry anyway.
The first few minutes of this episode is Susie's funeral. We actually see her in the casket, which means the wording in the last episode was wrong, because her body is still fully intact. So the shark did not in fact eat her, it just nibbled her. Though a nibble from a shark is still very fatal if not dealt with fast enough. God, can you imagine how much more tense the scene would have been had the kids had to drag Susie out of the water as she was actively bleeding out and everyone was rushing and doing their best to save her, only for her to die there on the beach. Lonnie being the fastest to react to pulling Susie out of the water, because she goes surfing a lot, I imagine she has some training or knowledge on what to do if a shark bites someone. Yelling at everyone else to help her, and when Susie is bleeding out on the beach, she runs off because she starts panicking. Yes, that would have made for such a fantastic scene. It would have hit a lot harder had everyone tried their best to save her, only for her to die as they're watching. It would have been brutal. Anyways, the funeral scene doesn't last long, and we cut to, I assume, the next day. Mara waking up looking dead, bags under her eyes, and wearing all black. All the sisters look exhausted, and Lizzie tells Mari to stay as far away from Jake as possible. I would have preferred if Mari stayed home for a day or two, so the next scene makes more sense. When Mari gets to school, all the students are whispering, pointing, and laughing at her. And turns out, within the past 24 hours, Jake somehow managed to spread a rumor about her being pregnant with Levi's child. I just would have liked more time for the rumor to sit and spread among the school. And when Mari finally comes back, feeling slightly better after Susie's death and the shit with Jake, she gets knocked down again because while she was gone and unable to defend herself against the rumors, Jake was running his mouth. Mari finds Lonnie and asks her what's going on, and Lonnie is super pissed off at her. Mari only finds out why everyone else is either laughing or pissed off at her after she runs off to find Levi to figure out what's going on, because Lonnie didn't elaborate.
What's this about? Why me?
You dumbass! How did you think people wouldn't find out?
Lonnie, what's going on? What's happening to me? Everyone's laughing at me. Please tell me what's going on.
How could you do that? I made it pretty clear that I like him. I guess you were too stupid to see that.
What? So this is about Levi? I didn't do anything to him.
Whatever. Get out of my sight, you mammoth.
It's about Levi. Did they know I like him? I didn't do anything to him or with him. I didn't tell anyone about my crush on him except Jake. Jake did this to me! All because I wouldn't do that with him. He's such a horrible person. I need to talk to Levi. Levi?
I know. Just ignore them and it'll blow over within a couple of days. The teachers already know it's not true.
Know that what's not true?
Kids are saying that you're pregnant with my child. And I have told all of the teachers to try and stop any bullying or teasing in class that might occur. Although we can't control what happens outside of school, we'll do our best to prevent it while you're here.
It cuts to Lizzie at home, and Caleb has started following her on Instagram. Seriously, the whole plot with Caleb is stupid! He should be in jail! Lizzie ends up not blocking him so she could stalk him and see what his deal is. A bad move on Lizzie's part. We cut back to Mari, and after her talk with the principal to let him know that Jake is the one who started the rumors, it cuts to her orchestra class. She's crying and Jake is giving her a nasty look before the music cuts off and the teacher starts berating her.
I wish I could just play through the tears, but this is too much!
Excuse me, Mari, do we have a problem here? You know the rules. No crying in class. The tears will ruin your instrument, which is far more important than your mental health. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. You're ruining our precious practice time. You have no sympathy from me if you end up embarrassing yourself at the concert tonight because of this. Anyways, let's get back to practicing.
This is humiliating. I wish I could control my emotions. No one seems to care about me anymore. My life is such a mess.
This is another scene I remember Mari getting a lot of flack for in the comments of the original episode. People saying that wasn't a realistic way for a teacher to be talking to a student. And I have to heavily disagree. While it's not appropriate for a teacher to speak that way to a student, it's unfortunately not unrealistic. Teachers can be nasty motherfuckers. I've had several teachers who treated students this way. Girls and people in minority groups are more likely to be mistreated by teachers, and considering Mari in this series is not only a girl, but a member of a minority group, Neko's in this case, it's not unlikely that a teacher would be fucking nasty to her for no other reason than they just don't like her. And I should know, it's happened to me before with one of my old math teachers. I know I've mentioned him before, but he was ex-military, so he treated his students like he was a fucking drill sergeant. And being an undiagnosed autistic girl, I didn't do very well in his class. And I was being bullied by my peers at the time. And he was just not equipped to handle any of that properly and would blow the fuck up on me when I was already having a hard time. He was not the only teacher that was an ass to me. He's just the one I remember the most vividly because I hate him. He made me actively scared to go to fucking class. Same with my gym teacher. She was a bitch. Anyways, the point is, it's not unrealistic. It's just a very, very sad fucking reality. Feel lucky if you never had to deal with teachers like this because it is not fun. Being forced to be in a room with someone who has so much power over you and your future damn near every day for years sucks, and it's traumatizing. I don't know what it is with people and becoming teachers when they clearly don't like children, but it needs to stop. Children are not your fucking punching bags. Go do something else with your miserable fucking life. I would have preferred if the teacher being nasty to her was introduced earlier in the season. Maybe having Jake comforting her after the teacher says something nasty to her, so it's established that the teacher is a jackass, and then we can have this scene and Mari just has to deal with it because Jake is being an asshole now too. Because introducing a new antagonist right now is just really piling on everything else that's going on. After orchestra, it cuts to Mari being picked up after school. She gets asked by her sisters what's going on, because obviously she's bawling her eyes out. Mari explains what happened that day and the rumors that are going around. And she also has a concert that night, which is rough. Trying to perform when you're already feeling super shitty is bad. It cuts to Lizzie getting a text from Levi apologizing and wanting to make things better between them, which again is so shitty because he doesn't even like her. Why are we trying to have them fix the relationship when he doesn't even want one with her? Oh, also, he doesn't even properly apologize in his message. He just says, "Consider this an apology for what I did." Like, I'm sorry, that doesn't suffice at all. Get fucked. The more I rewatch, the more I hate Levi. I did not at all remember how fucking badly he was written. I remember it being bad, but not this bad. This is ridiculous. Thankfully, we don't have to suffer through an awkward-ass date. It only shows some stills of them hanging out and saying they're glad they could work things out, and how they should go out again before we cut back to the house. Nothing really happens before we get to the school, and everyone is assembling for the concert. Mari spots Jake and his new girlfriend, Alexis. Alexis starts bragging to Mari, I think, about how Jake is really good in bed. No one wants to know that. Mari agrees, and goes on about how guys don't want stuck-up girls. They want girls who will put out for them.
Hey Mari, I just gotta say, your ex Jakey Wakey is like hella good in bed.
Thanks, babe.
That's nice. I didn't really want to know that. I just thought that I would let you know since you're really missing out. You know, guys don't ever go for stuck-up girls like you. They want girls who are willing to please them, you know? You'll never get a boyfriend.
And no! That's a bad fictional character! Get on top of the fridge! Obviously what she's saying is being depicted as bad, but I now feel the need to yell. Girls, gays, and theys, if anyone is being persistent about wanting to have sex with you even though you've expressed you aren't ready or not interested, throw the whole person away and get a new one. Don't waste your time with assholes who can't take no for an answer. Just get away and get away fast. It's not worth the energy to stay with someone who doesn't respect you. And anyone who wants you to put out for them is an asshole. Relationships aren't built on sex. Yes, it can be an important part of a relationship if it's important to you, but it's not the thing that keeps relationships together, and if anyone tries to tell you otherwise, run away. Alexis ends her gross tangent with, "You'll never get a boyfriend," and Mari starts having another mini crisis, worried that she's right because all of her previous relationships ended because they wanted sex and she didn't. And yes, unfortunately, a lot of men in particular will demand sex from you. But again, you just gotta throw the whole person away and get a new one. You gotta weed through the trash before you find someone actually decent who actually respects you and your boundaries. It's just an exhausting process, which is why I haven't dated anyone since 2014. I'm too tired for that shit. And the older I get, the more expectations I have for a potential partner. And there's nothing wrong with that. Never lower your standards or expectations for a romantic partner, or fucking anyone for that matter. I kind of wish Alexis had been in the season more. Maybe she could have been one of Mari's new friends along with the rest of the group. Maybe even have her try to convince Mari to do things she doesn't want to do. Smoke, drink, maybe even have sex with guys. And Mari keeps telling her no. And Alexis tries to tell her to loosen up because guys don't want girls who can't have some fun. Oh, maybe this could lead up to Mari maybe attempting to go through with what Jake wanted because Alexis has been getting in her head a bit. And after some pictures being taken, Mari backs out and tells him to stop because she's too uncomfortable. And then afterwards, she sees Alexis and Jake together and Alexis gloats to her, "See, I told you guys didn't want girls who couldn't have some fun." That would have been a much better series of events. And this way, we can cut out the Susie dying plot to get Mari to go to the party. She goes to the party because she's been trying to take Alexis's advice and loosen up a bit more. The concert starts. Everything seems to be going fine until something is put up on the projector. The crowd starts laughing. Mari looks up and somehow a picture or video was taken when Jake had Mari on the bed. Lonnie had somehow gotten her hands on this and played it as revenge for stealing Levi. I have problems with this scene, really only because it doesn't make sense. How the fuck was that taken? They were alone in that area before the dude and his friends busted in. Later, the dude apologizes to Mari because him and his friends were recording before they busted into the room, and they must have caught the incident, but it still doesn't make sense. What I think would have made more sense for this scene is when they were at the party and Jake got Mari in that room, he was the one to start taking videos and pictures. Mari lets him for a moment before telling him she's uncomfortable, only for him to not listen and start trying to get her clothes off when she starts yelling. Then the guys can bust in and kick Jake's ass. This later leads to Jake giving Lonnie the pictures because he knows she's pissed at Mari because of the rumors he started, because he is pissed that he, 1, didn't get laid, and 2, got the shit beaten out of him because Mari caught the attention of other partygoers. The rest of this episode is just Mari going through school, getting bullied, monologuing about everything that's gone wrong, and Lonnie giving goo-goo eyes to Levi and having her own weird monologue. The last few seconds of the episode is Mari getting in the car and Lizzie asking where Katie is, and it ends with a dark screen showing Katie blindfolded and gagged while trying to scream. What a fucking cliffhanger. And we finally got into the Katie kidnapping arc. My least favorite part of the series because it just doesn't make sense for many, many reasons, but we'll get to that in the next episode.
Oh no, that must be Lizzie calling. They don't know where I am, where I'm going. Somebody help me!
There is a trigger warning at the very start of this episode. There's content that some viewers may find disturbing. Katie gets beaten and tortured in this episode. I'm also going to be mentioning instances of child abuse as examples, so if that's not something you want to listen to, you can skip this part. This is literally just the Katie gets tortured and abused episode, so you won't be missing out on much if you move on to the next one. This picks up right after the last episode. Lizzie and Mari searching the area for Katie. The teachers say they saw Katie leave the building, so Lizzie calls the police and tries to file a missing person report. But the person on the other line says they can't file one until the person has been missing for more than 48 hours.
She's not in there! Not in the bathrooms, not in the classrooms! Her teacher saw her leave the building! What are we going to do, Lizzie? Call the police!
I'd like to report a missing person.
Sorry, you can't report a missing person until they've been missing for more than 48 hours.
Okay, thank you anyway.
Which is wrong. You don't have to wait 48 hours before filing a report, but that is generally what you get told by cops anyways. It is acknowledged by Lizzie in the next episode that this is wrong and this cop was being stupid. I don't mind the idea that Lizzie calls the police and whoever answered was just being an unhelpful, stupid asswipe. It's not like all cops do their jobs perfectly 100% of the time. Hell, there are fucking 911 operators who will hang up on you mid-call like that one bitch, Crenshonda Williams. But I wish Lizzie had reacted with some more anger than just a simple, okay, thank you, bye. She calls the cops, says, hello, my sister has gone missing, and before she can get another word out, the other person says, with a clearly disinterested, kind of annoyed tone, sorry, you can't file a missing persons report until they've been missing for 48 hours, which causes Lizzie to snap a bit. I know that's bullshit. Listen, my sister is 10 and she hasn't been seen since she left the school building, only to be cut off again by the person. Sorry, we can't help you. Wait till 48 hours have passed, then call us before hanging up. We could even have a little side plot of Lizzie getting revenge on this cop after she's found Katie and got her home safe. Oh, but that's not realistic. A cop wouldn't do that, I hear some of you wail. Good for you. You haven't met a bastard cop or seen one in action. People are people, and even when a person's whole job is to protect and serve, sometimes they won't do their job, 'cause they only took the job so they could be in a position of power and flex that power like they're constantly having a dick measuring contest. There's a reason cops and nurses have a bad reputation. It's because the people who take those jobs a lot of the time are high school bullies and mean girls. They like the power these positions give them over people, and they abuse it constantly. It cuts to Katie and her kidnappers, Claude and Ryder. Claude is the one Katie gave laxative cookies to, if anyone remembers. Claude and Ryder kidnapped her as revenge for those cookies. Which implies that Claude followed the Kauai sisters all the way to Hawaii for this. Because remember, the cookies happened in Wyoming. The first thing these two do is cut off Katie's hair because apparently naturally pink hair is rare and sells for a lot. So Katie gets a haircut. Would have preferred if they shaved her bald, because if you want her hair, might as well get it all. Katie calls them bald and ugly, Ryder slaps her, and then him and Claude have an interesting conversation.
Damn, that kid's is so annoying. Why did we kidnap her in the first place?
You legit just said. You know what? Never mind. You probably have more chromosomes than brain cells. I don't know what that even means, but I've heard some edgy looking dude with magenta eyes say it. Just follow my lead and everything will be fine. We're lucky that Caleb gave us the info about this kid, or else we would have never found her.
Alright, whatever.
So Caleb, the guy who stabbed Mari, gave Claude and Ryder the information needed to find Katie, which I assume he got from Lizzie's social media. So because Lizzie wanted to keep tabs on Caleb after he started following her, Katie got kidnapped. Lizzie's recklessness got Katie kidnapped. Way to go, Lizzie. Also, hey, remember, they're supposed to be good guys. Not Claude, but he also doesn't matter. Spoilers that I don't think anyone cares about, but Claude dies in the next episode. He's very unimportant. He was just here to add more drama to the already drama-ridden series. I wouldn't have minded a Katie getting kidnapped plot, but the plot is already so overstuffed with bullshit. This is just adding in more shit that doesn't matter. Mari would have had to cut something else from the series in order for this to not feel ridiculous. Now, Claude kidnapping Katie for giving him laxative cookies is not a horrible reason for Claude to want to get revenge. I have seen and experienced adults doing fucked shit to kids because the adult is pissed off at that kid for XYZ reason. One of my former friends' stepdad would literally punch them in the face repeatedly for XYZ reason. The reason could range from not cooking dinner to not cleaning, or even just eating something they weren't supposed to. People can be fucking insane, so it's not necessarily unrealistic for Claude to conclude that kidnapping and torturing this child is the way to go after she gave him laxative cookies. I've seen adults do worse for less reason. But dragging Ryder into this and have him be okay with this happening even though he's later depicted as a loving and caring person that regretted his actions towards Katie, and that he let Claude convince him. Again, he's supposed to be a good guy, so I don't think he should have been involved in this at all. It should have just been Claude. But again, something else would have had to be cut so the plot wasn't overstuffed. Or maybe even just move this event to later in the series. Because right now, it's just been bad event after bad event with no room to breathe. It's ridiculous. Well, anyways, we cut back to Lizzie and Mari. It's the middle of the night and Mari suggests they start looking again tomorrow because there's no point in looking if they can't see anything. Lizzie snaps at her, saying she's not resting till her sister is safe and that it's sad she doesn't feel the same way. Mari doesn't respond and just goes inside. Lizzie has some internal monologue about how she doesn't understand how her parents did all of this, raising kids and whatnot, and then we get a random line about how she wants to rip people's throats out whenever they bring up her parents. It's a very out of place line. Dialogue from Lizzie is always really awkward. I know she's supposed to be a monotone person, but that doesn't mean she has to talk like she's not a person. The next 3 minutes is just Katie being harassed and hit by Claude, and he actually starts playing peekaboo with her by lifting up her blindfold. Katie yells at him to leave her alone and tells him he smells bad, which causes Claude to start crying. This is a big part of the reason I don't like the whole Claude wanting to kidnap Katie thing, because Claude is written to be extremely stupid. He's clearly malicious. He kidnaps a child and ropes his friend into it. He hits her, tortures her, but then he acts like he's just some innocent uwu soft boy who doesn't know any better. I genuinely cannot explain what the fuck is going on with Claude's character, but it's stupid and genuinely super fucking annoying. Ryder sees Claude has taken off Katie's blindfold and yells at him because now they're going to have to kill her because she knows what they look like. Claude simply goes, whoops, well, I'm gonna go learn how to torture her. This is exhausting. We get a scene of Ryder explaining to Katie that she's there till she learns her lesson that giving people laxative cookies is bad. I'm going to play this clip because it's genuinely so fucking stupid.
So, you know why you're here, right?
Because I gave Claude laxative cookies.
Right. You're also here to receive your punishment until you get that giving people laxative cookies is not good. You were so cruel and mean and just used him to get money for your stupid sister that was dumb enough to get herself stabbed by Caleb. Just because she liked the same guy Ellie did.
She used him to get money! I fucking cannot. This was stupid! There's no other word for it than this was stupid! More torture and Katie pleading for them to stop. Oh yeah, remember how I said Ryder is later depicted as a kind and loving character who regrets what he did to Katie?
No! You're getting what you deserve, and in fact, this is quite fun!
kind and loving character who regrets his actions? Where? You can't just have a bitch say they think it's fun torturing the child, only for them to be depicted later as a loving character. Bitch, is you high? Nothing new or interesting happens for the rest of this episode. It just cuts back and forth between Katie, Claude, and Ryder, and Lizzie and Mari. The very, very end of the episode is some girls at Mari's school gossiping about Mari, and Levi giving them detention, but that's it. Again, this was just the Katie torture episode. The next episode has more Katie torture, but it's mostly Katie escaping and Lizzie finding her.
My life is a mess. Ellie, Levi, Caleb, Jake, Lonnie, and now Katie? What else could go wrong?
This episode starts off with Mari once again talking about how horrible her life is. This is like the, 5th time in the past 3 episodes she's gone on a monologue about how horrible her life is and how much it sucks to be her. We get it. We don't need you to repeat the same thing several times every episode. Please give us some new dialogue. We could have just cut this part with Mari out and had this episode start off with Lizzie talking about how the police are useless and she'll just find Katie herself before we cut to Katie. We do not need Mari always going, woe is me. It just takes up time and it gets annoying after the first 2 times she does it. Well, like I said, we cut to Katie and she's thinking about a way to escape when she spots an air vent in front of her. But she's tied up and has no way to get loose. Luckily for her, her captors are stupid, and after arguing a bit, Claude goes down to give Katie water and food. And by food, I mean a single grain of uncooked rice. And he unties her hands because he doesn't want to hand feed her again. Katie even thinks this guy is an idiot, because he is. Which I hate because of the context of everything else going on. If this wasn't as serious of a situation, him being this dumb would be endearing. Well, he leaves, and we cut back to Mari and Lizzie. Mari is begging to stay home and help find Katie, but Lizzie refuses because she's already missed way too many days of school. The timeline confuses me a bit, because from what I'm understanding from the way the episodes are laid out, it's been like a day or 2 since Katie's gone missing. But then again, the way Lizzie's talking, it's either been less than a day or more than 2 days. She mentions the call where she was told you have to wait 48 hours before filing a missing persons report, which to me implies it hasn't been 48 hours yet, but then tells Mari she's missed way too many days of school, so she can't stay home to help look for Katie. Timeline is messy, and I cannot tell how much time has passed since Katie's kidnapping. The next 4 minutes of the episode is Katie escaping through the vents and Claude and Ryder discovering she got out. We actually get our first proper F-bomb from Claude when he discovers Katie isn't in the room anymore. They obviously see the chair she was tied to in front of the vent and start searching for where she's going to be exiting from. While walking around, Ryder can hear Katie crying in the vents and he goes on this monologue and then calls Caleb to let him know what's going on.
I can hear her crying like the baby she is. She shouldn't have put the laxatives in the cookies in the first place. Now she can't even handle the consequences. Although this isn't all about Claude's asshole getting blown out, I'm sure Caleb will be pleased with the damage that has been done. I need to call him.
Hello?
She's trying to escape.
Katie? That one dumb kid?
Duh, who else?
I don't know, just find her! Her sisters deserve to suffer!
I know, you idiot.
You sound just like your cousin.
Huh, wonder why. Anyway, I need to go. I just wanted to update you on the situation.
Okay, bye!
Good guys! Where? Where are they good guys? Where are they good people? I hate this writing! Mari tried to make Ryder a sympathetic character later on. I've been told because of the massive amount of fangirls he had apparently. He's not even hot, but okay. And that just genuinely doesn't work for Ryder. He's clearly a fucking evil bastard. And we are allowed to have characters who are just evil bastards. They don't all need to be written to be sympathetic or funny. We can just have evil bastards be evil bastards. Like Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. She's just an evil bastard. Her character would have been ruined if later J.K. Turfling tried to make her a sympathetic character with a sad backstory. Anyways, Lizzie sends Mari off to school and begins her search for Katie. She decides to check the woods because she knows people who kidnap children tend to take them to places where not a lot of people are going to be. It's dark at this point, and after a bit of wandering around, she comes across the building Ryder and Claude were keeping Katie. She goes inside and finds a note taped to the wall. It's not important, it's just a meme.
Nothing here, it's just some weird stuff. Hey, there's a note here. Do you think Yoshi gets embarrassed when he poos out eggs in front of Mario? Sorry if this offends anyone, but I just thought it was a funny thing. I would like to know if any of you have any pics of Yoshi pooping an egg while he looks nervous or embarrassed. I would just like to see it for a few laps. Another thing I'm wondering is, what do you think the eggs smell like? I'm just curious for laughs. I would like to smell them. What the hell?
Please stop breaking the tension with jokes. It's not funny. It's annoying. Stop! Lizzie hears Katie screaming and rushes to find her. It's raining now, and she sees Katie against the wall of the building, cornered by Claude. There's a bit of dialogue of Katie begging Claude to not hurt her, and he goes on a tangent about why he's doing this. He mentions Caleb almost dying because of her, which we all know this, but that wasn't her fault, and Lizzie finally appears behind him and confronts Claude. And the confrontation is so cringy.
Either way, it's still wrong. Hey, shit pants, prepare to die!
What? Where did you come from, you ugly slut?
From the pits of hell, here to kill you. Your time has come.
No!
From the pits of hell, here to kill you. Your time has come. She was trying to sound badass, but God, I just wanted to curl it on myself and die of embarrassment. That was horrible. I would have preferred if she didn't say anything, just appeared behind Claude. He turns around and asks, "Where the fuck did you come from?" And she just stares him down for a few seconds before lunging at him and beating him to death. No badass dialogue, not even heavy breathing, just pure silence from her. That would have made this scene a lot more tense and honestly scarier. Not every scene like this needs to have the character say some badass one-liner. Them being dead silent is scarier than if they said anything. This episode ends with Lizzie absconding with Katie and Ryder looking for Claude, only to find his body laying on the ground. He screams in horror before the episode ends fully. And honestly, the horrified scream Lizzie does for him, because she's the one who voices Ryder, was pretty good. 10 out of 10. The Katie kidnapping arc was a hot mess. The writing was nonsense. The characters were fucking nonsense. It was overall just a plot that didn't really need to happen. It could have been tied in with everything else and made sense, but as it stands, it was just nonsense added for drama. I know a lot of people will disagree that this could have been kept in the story, but I do think it could have added in some genuinely interesting character development and story arcs later down the line. But so much of the season would have had to be rewritten and changed. The previous one too. Most of what Mari added into the story could have been kept. It just needs a lot of work and fine-tuning so it didn't come off as nonsense.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Claude is dead.
We are almost done. Just 2 more episodes to go. This episode is 10 minutes and the last one is 37. We can do this, guys. It's almost over. Then we just have to make it through season 3. Picking up right where we left off the last episode, Ryder is obviously freaking out about finding Claude's body, so he calls Caleb to let him know what happened. Caleb tells Ryder it was probably Katie's sister, the blue-haired bitch, who killed Claude and that he needs to get the fuck out of there. We cut to Katie and Lizzie at the hospital. The doctor just says Katie has some cuts that will scar over and that he needs to get her some meds before fucking off.
It looks like she has some pretty deep cuts, and they may leave some scars once healed.
But she'll be fine, right?
Yes, but make sure once she gets home she eats very well and gets lots of fluids and rest. I need to give her some medication and clean her up a bit, and she'll be ready to go back home.
Shocking to no one, this isn't accurate to what would probably actually happen if you brought in a beaten, bleeding child. Realistically, Katie would have probably been held there for a few days, and Lizzie would be questioned non-stop by police. You can't just bring in a child to a hospital who is so messed up and then go home the same day. It would be a lot more complicated than that. But obviously, there's not going to be a lot of complicated writing in this. This was Mari's first big writing project, one that had several other people adding in characters and plot points, and there was a crippling lack of research for basically everything. After Katie and Lizzie get home, Katie tells her what Ryder looks like, and as soon as Katie goes to bed, Lizzie pulls out her phone and finds him immediately. I assume because, they have a mutual friend on Facebook. Everyone is so dumb. I do not understand why Caleb would friend and contact Lizzie when he was just planning on having his friends kidnap her sister. Nothing these characters do makes sense ever. They're all stupid for the sake of the plot. Honestly, it would have been so much better if Caleb never contacted Lizzie, and how they found out he was still alive was because him and Claude kidnapped Katie. We get a quick scene of Mari at school, but it's not important. Then we cut back to Lizzie and Katie, and Lizzie once again leaves Katie home alone, right after she got kidnapped. She's off to find Ryder, and she tells Katie this for some reason before fucking off. Lizzie, why are we leaving the child who was just kidnapped and tortured alone? She could have at least waited for Mari to get home from school before fucking off to find Ryder. Again, the characters are stupid for the sake of the plot. She heads back to the woods where she found Katie and discovers that Ryder has left her a note. Don't know why he left her a note. He pops up out of the trees literally seconds later, but they have a cringe-ass confrontation before we cut back to Mari at school.
That son of a... If you're here to kill me, good luck finding me, you damn moron. I won't end up like Caleb and Claude. You'll get what you deserve soon enough.
I will find you.
Who's there?
Scared? I guess you found me. Oh, damn.
You're the guy!
Yep, I am the man. What you gonna do about it, little girl? Cry for your mommy? Oh, wait!
Don't you dare make fun of her! I will kill you!
I'd like to see you try. Bring it on, girly.
Mari is pretty bad at writing really tense scenes like this. They just come off so cringy, it makes me want to peel my skin off. Which again, first writing project, I don't expect her to be perfect at writing tense or emotional scenes, but god does it get frustrating after a while to watch these characters try to be cool and badass only to come off like two 8-year-olds having a fight. It's torture to watch. Back to Mari at school, nothing super interesting happens until we get to her science class with Levi. It's mostly just her being upset about Jake and Lonnie and everyone else being shitty people except Susie. But when we get to Levi's class, we see that he looks very happy. Like abnormally so. A student asks him why he looks so happy, and hey look, she's got a semicolon tattoo. Another student yells out that he's so happy because he got Mari pregnant, and once he sends her to the office, he makes an announcement.
Now that nuisance is out of the room, everyone, I have an announcement. I will no longer be your teacher because I am moving.
What? Again?
Quiet. Yes, I am moving due to safety issues, in which I will not be going into detail about.
I do like the drawing Mari did of her character for this clip. It amuses me greatly. But yes, Levi is moving again! That's twice in like... How long has it been? Only 2 years? So does Levi just have a habit of moving every single year? Because this is ridiculous. Apparently he's moving this time, though, for safety concerns. What safety concerns, you may be asking? Good fucking question. I'm pretty sure it has to do with Lizzie, but honestly, I don't remember right now. Mari, of course, has a crisis about this, and after another student says some shit about Mari and Levi, and she gets sent to the office, Levi goes up to Mari and asks her if she needs to speak to someone because she's been having a rough time. Then we cut back to Lizzie and Ryder. Ryder has Lizzie pinned. Lizzie messes up her line as Ryder, and instead of saying bitch, she says binch. Hilarious, but totally ruins the mood. And then Lizzie gets stabbed.
Say goodbye, binch.
No! Get off of me!
I told you. This is what you deserve. This is what you get for hurting Caleb. You also harmed other people who liked him. You have no idea what you did that night.
Trying really hard to make Lizzie out to be the bad guy here. But of course, Ryder would think Lizzie is the bad one. He feels like he's justified in hurting them because they've done bad things. AKA stab Caleb because he stabbed Mari, and put laxatives in some cookies. This could have made Ryder a very interesting character, thinking he's genuinely justified in his actions, believing the whole Kawaii family to be monsters, and he's just the good guy sent to defeat them or something. Too bad all that gets ruined in the next season when we make Ryder a kind, loving, and sympathetic character and Lizzie an actual psycho. Lizzie manages to get Ryder off her. He absconds and she manages to make her way to the hospital. The rest of this episode is Mari getting harassed some more, getting home and seeing Katie is okay, then getting a text from Lizzie saying she's at the hospital, freaking out and going to the hospital. Oh boy, I think I've said everything that needs to be said. Let's just move on to episode 10 and get season 2 over with so I could take a break.
I know. It's just because we're more rare than normal people. I'm just glad I wasn't killed. Remember about the Neko Purge group back in 2012? The group that killed Nekos just because they were hybrid freaks?
The first few minutes of this episode is just a recap we don't care about. But after the recap, Mari goes into her day and how Levi is moving again, which upsets Lizzie quite a bit because guess what? Levi didn't tell her jack and shit. So she gets on her phone and starts doing something. While Mari goes on another monologue about how much she loves Levi. That goes on for like 2 fucking minutes, and we get a random lore drop about a Neko Purge group that were going around killing Nekos in 2012, which is an insane thing to just drop randomly. Would have liked that to be shown or talked about earlier, because groups like that don't just disappear. Oh, you know what would have been something that could have been added? Having Jake or Lonnie contact members of that group and have them start harassing Mari. Or it could have been Ellie back in season 1. That way we get more natural introduction to this radical racist group instead of the random, oh yeah, do you remember the Neko Purge? Like Home Dog, show us the racists! Don't just tell us about them and then never bring it up again. I think it gets brought up once more and then never again. They talk about it a little bit more and then Lizzie drops that they're moving.
At least once we move to Redwall, we'll be closer to Grandma and Grandpa.
Huh?
We're moving.
Why? Where's Redwall?
Redwall is near Alcatraz Island, California. It's a small island. We're moving because of Mari's bullying problem and to get away from the horrible people in this town. It's for our own safety. We're specifically moving to Black Ridge, Redwall.
Do we even have the money for all that?
Yes, we do. Otherwise, we wouldn't move.
Why there, though?
Because we should move closer to our grandparents because of all of the crap that has happened to us.
Obviously, they're not moving to be closer to their grandparents or to get away from Mari's bullies and the people who kidnapped Katie. That might be Lizzie's excuse, but we already know she's moving to be closer to Levi again, because that's where he's going. Their grandparents just also happen to live there, which is a really weird coincidence, but okay. Mari's mood picks up significantly, and after discussing the details of when they're moving, how Mari and Katie are going to go about being alone because Lizzie is staying in the hospital until she's better, I do not know the logistics of how a situation like this would be dealt with when the only adult has to stay in the hospital and has younger children relying on them, and there's literally no one else the kids can stay with. I think CPS is usually called to give them temporary housing, but I don't know. That doesn't happen here, obviously. Mari is taking care of Katie while they stay at the house by themselves, and Lizzie takes care of all the bills by working at the hospital using a laptop. We are going to ignore the unrealistic nature of this situation and move on to Lizzie freaking out a bit about being obsessed with Levi, and this is the real start of Lizzie becoming a yandere.
I might just be a little obsessed. Just a little. He's the only thing keeping me happy. I love him so much. Levi Kaiser, you love me. Why do you want to run away? He doesn't tell me when he moves, and this is the second time. Am I being too clingy? I'm only showing that I care. And he asked me on that date, so he still likes me. I need to heal as fast as possible so I can keep up with him. Looks like I'll be eating and sleeping most of my time here.
We cut to Mari and the school the next day, being harassed by students again. This time, she's choosing to ignore them, but unfortunately for her, her ignoring them confirms that she is indeed pregnant with Levi's kid, which Lonnie immediately jumps on and asks to speak to Mari privately. And I don't know why, but Mari agrees, and some bullshit happens. So much bullshit happens, and I hate it. I hate it so much. So Lonnie and Mari go out into the hall, and Lonnie yells at Mari that she has no idea what she's put her through. What do you mean? Mari hasn't done anything to you. Of course, this causes Mari to snap, because look at all the shit she's been through, and she yells at Lonnie. Because Lonnie has no right to be bitching about all the pain Mari's put her through when she literally spread lies and humiliated Mari in front of the whole school over their fucking teacher. And after Mari snaps, the bullshit comes in. Have fun suffering through this clip.
Hey slob, how you holding up? You know, since you're lugging around a fetus all day.
Just don't give them a reaction. It'll be fine. I just wish Mrs. Clunk was here right now to make them stop, but she went to the bathroom.
She's finally not denying it anymore. She's finally given in. Hey, Mari, can I talk to you for a second in private?
Oh shit, she's gonna beat her face in! Shut up!
Sure.
You have no idea what hell you're putting me through. I've dealt with so much pain because of you.
What? You're saying you're in pain? Try being me, Lonnie. Try being me. Ever since I moved here, so many horrible things have happened to me. My best friend Susie died. Jake humiliated and spread lies about me. You left me and probably spread even more lies. You humiliated me at my orchestra concert. My little sister was kidnapped and tortured. My older sister got stabbed and nearly died. And you think your life is hell.
I have a confession to make. I knew you weren't pregnant. Before you say anything, let me explain. I was jealous. I was so jealous that you knew Levi longer than I did. It gave you more of a chance with him. I was so jealous that you got a boy to like you. No one has ever liked me. I was jealous that Susie talked about you all the time while you were away. She loved you, Mari.
Susie liked me?
Yes, Susie liked you. No, loved you. It just didn't seem like it because she was really shy about her feelings, surprisingly. She was my best friend, and I was hers. We told each other everything. When Susie died, I snapped. I was so angry, jealous, and sad. I felt betrayed. And I'm so sorry for that. You probably hate me and don't want to even think about forgiving me, and that's okay.
Lonnie, I need to tell you something important.
Something important, you say? What is it?
I'm moving, and really soon.
What? Why?
Bullying. Both of my sisters almost dying. My family had it really rough here, and we kind of just want to start over again.
Where are you moving to? Hopefully it's still close by.
Black Ridge, Redwall. It's a little island by Alcatraz. Oh, and I forgive you. It might be a while before I can trust you again. Friends?
Friends!
Lonnie, thank you. Thank you for apologizing. People often just see me as a cringeworthy Neko loser, and it's good to know that there are still some people who can swallow their pride and apologize.
You're not a loser. You're kind and brave.
Brave? I'm not brave, Lonnie.
You are, though. You got the guts to even show your face again at the school. I'd say that's brave.
Thank you.
This is bullshit. Literally, fuck you. And what do you mean Susie was in love with Mari? Gee, really wish we had gotten more time with Susie to see that. And I really hate that Mari forgives Lonnie with no questions asked. Literally just seconds before they were in the hall, Lonnie was being antagonistic towards Mari about her being pregnant. She does say it'll be a while before I can trust you again, but she still agrees to be friends with her. Hey, when someone does something that horrific to you, don't be friends with them again. What happens when she has another jealous streak and does something again? Are we just going to keep forgiving her because every time she made sad eyes and said sorry? No! This would have been a really good time for Mari to start picking herself over other people and telling Lonnie, I appreciate the apology, but you are not forgiven and we cannot be friends. Lonnie literally helped spread rumors about Mari being pregnant and played a video of Mari in a bedroom with a boy, which has resulted in Mari being harassed by the entire school, even outside of class. Someone was outside her home in one of the previous episodes to harass Mari. Not everyone deserves forgiveness, especially after they've done something so horrible. Honestly, a lot of the times people like this only apologize to alleviate themselves of guilt instead of actually trying to fix the damage that was done. They think apologizing will make everything better and they don't have to do anything else. Like, oh, I don't know, start going around and telling everyone she was lying about Mari being pregnant because she was jealous of her. If their apology isn't as loud as their disrespect was, then fuck them hoes. She does defend Mari against Jake a bit later, but that's literally all we see of her trying to make up for the damage she's helped cause. It says later that she helped Mari clear up the rumors, but we don't actually see it happening. We just get told everything's okay now and have to accept it. This isn't the worst thing that happens in this episode. Oh no, what happens with Jake is significantly worse, but we'll get to that later. Really, this whole episode is a fucking nightmare. There is so much bullshit that happens, it's actually insane. The next couple of minutes are relatively unimportant. Just Katie talking to her teacher about moving and getting a little bit of information about the island they're moving to, which apparently has some weird disease spreading around it. Oh my god, was there gonna be zombies? Guess we'll never know. Then we cut to Lizzie, who was thinking about Ryder, how he was hard to kill, and it was almost like he had special training. Really the only important bit of information here, so keep that in mind. After all that, we cut to Mari and Lonnie having lunch together. Yay! They're talking about Jake and stuff when he shows up and starts harassing them both, and gets a little bit racist.
Jake just wanted to use you. I can't believe he manipulated me like that, but I let him. I'm sorry again, Mari.
You don't need to keep apologizing. It's okay. Really, I understand. My emotions get the best of me all the time, so I completely understand you.
I wish I could be as understanding as you. I'll try my best to improve. I'm always working to improve. I don't take breaks.
I remember, because in your speech you said you hate lazy people. I thought that was so admirable that you're so hardworking. I wish I was like you.
Well, well, well. What do we got here? Two little whores having a lunch date?
Get out of here, Jake, you jerk! You're not welcome here!
Aw, gonna cry, Mari? You big baby. Can't handle knowing that I was just using you, right? You're so sensitive. Get over yourself.
Jake? Stop it! You are a terrible person! All you do is lie and manipulate people to make yourself look better! I'm glad Alexis slapped you right in the face at that orchestra concert. You deserve 1,000,000 more of those. I loved you and you took advantage of that. Do you have no conscience?
Mari, isn't it obvious? Who the fuck would be so kind to a Neko like you? No one.
Shut your trap, you necophobe!
Necophobe? That's the dumbest shit I've heard all day. Lonnie, are you stupid? Is this even a word?
Mari, let's just leave.
I know it's supposed to be serious, but the word necophobe does sound ridiculous. Oh, there is also a bit of a problem with this. So, Mari has this whole racism thing going on towards Nekos, which is fine. Racism exists. It happens. The problem is that when Mari started adding in people of color, she made basically all of them evil, which comes off as racist. So having racism towards your white character while having 9 out of 10 black or tan characters be evil towards your character is a little gross. I do not think Mari intended to be racist towards people of color at all. I think she was asked to add in more skin tones and did, not at all thinking of how it would come off when all the characters of color she added were antagonistic. She didn't have a good balance of good and bad people being shown. She didn't need to make every person of color a good, can no do wrong character, cause again, people are people and sometimes people fucking suck, but it would have been nice if not everyone in the school believed Jake and Lonnie's bullshit, and we got to see the occasional character, white, black, or tan, still being kind to Mari. That would have helped not come off as racist by making all the colored characters evil assholes. I think there's only like 2 or 3 characters that aren't white that aren't depicted as evil, but they're on screen for less than a minute and we never see them again. And yes, a lot of colored characters are side characters that aren't ever seen again, but the first time we start seeing more colored characters, they're all fucking evil or become evil. Okay, anyways, we cut away and instead of seeing Lizzie or Katie or more of Mari, we get to see what's going on with Ryder, Caleb, and Claude's wife. Ryder shows up at Claude's house to speak with his wife, Allison, and he lies to her so he doesn't risk getting caught by the cops, and tells her Claude met another woman and is leaving her because he doesn't want to be a father. And here's the start of Ryder's character being butchered.
Damn, I hate lying to her, but I can't risk getting caught by the fuzz. Claude is leaving you for someone else.
What?
He was at a bar and he met a woman. It was like love at first sight. He wasn't ready to handle the responsibility of becoming a parent. I'm so sorry.
That son of a bitch didn't even bother to come tell me himself! What about our baby?
I'll help you. I promise.
Really? Ryder, you're such a good friend.
I'll be your friend until the end.
You know, the baby is a boy. I wanted to name him after you.
Really? Why?
You're a noble man, Ryder. You're brave. You help people sometimes. Not in the best way, but it's the thought that counts. You seem tough and cold, but deep down you have a heart of gold.
That's the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me.
Like, it makes sense that she would believe these things about Ryder. She doesn't know what the fuck happened, but like I said, this is the start of Ryder's character being depicted as a good person, and it more or less stays that way. I think there's some scenes of him being nasty to Lizzie, but at that point, Lizzie has lost her fucking mind and has become a full-blown antagonist. After that fucking nonsense, we see Mari and Katie bringing Lizzie her work laptop. Mari tells them about Lonnie. Katie says, "I knew she was a good person." Shut up, Katie. And we cut to Caleb going over everything in his head before he gets called into his scheduled therapy session. And we get another scene of Ryder being, "Woe is me, I would have never done that to a child if you hadn't told me to."
I saved my own ass back there, but I had to lie. I feel bad. Maybe someday she'll know the truth. But that day is not today. Damn it. This city and its god-awful traffic. Do these pinheads even know how to drive? Damn it, Claude. Why did you want revenge so badly? Why did I agree to your stupid plan? You were my best friend. I'd help you with anything, but I didn't want it to end up like this. If I knew it would result in your death, I would have never done it. I would never hurt a child like that. But I did, because you were my best friend. You were there for me when my brother died. You were there when I got into fights at school, and no matter what, you never left me. And once I try to repay you, you just die. I'm such a failure. I'm a damn failure.
Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Quick reminder, he was talking about how fun it was to torture the 10-year-old. We get back to Caleb's therapy session where we learn that he apparently was in debt, which is why he agreed to kill Mari for money. Seriously, I hate that damn near every single bad character in this show gets rewritten to be some sympathetic person who is just really misunderstood. Caleb, Claude, Ryder, Lonnie, Ellie. Caleb, okay, fine, I could stand him being written to have some weird sad backstory, and that's why he stabbed Mari. But just because he has a sad backstory doesn't mean he gets to be free of consequences. He should be in jail. He stabbed a child for money. And if he has the sad backstory, then we can't have him orchestrating and being involved with Claude and Ryder's bullshit, because then that completely negates this whole I have a tragic backstory thing. Because he says during that phone call with Ryder that all of the Kawaii sisters deserve to suffer. These characters are a mess. Going back to Lizzie at the hospital, she's doing more research on Levi when her boss pops in for a visit. He brings flowers and is clearly flirting with her, all to give her a raise and a $500 bonus to help her family out before fucking off again. And Lizzie goes back to her research and discovers something we don't get to see before the scene changes. And now I'm going to be skipping a lot because nothing really happens. We see more of Ryder, don't care. See a bit of Lonnie, really don't care. See more of Lizzie being crazy, don't care. What I do care about is this and everything past it. Mari is talking to Katie about how she wants to get revenge on Jake before they move by writing him a song. This song is so fucking bad. I'm gonna play it when we get to the scene, but for right now, it's just a little clip of Mari and Katie working on the song, but the background music is Mari playing Megalovania on a guitar before we time skip a few days and Lizzie is finally going to go home. The car sounds are there as usual, but Mari starts laughing and being silly partway through. There, you get a quick laugh before we get back to hell. Lizzie is back home, and Mari tells her the plan to sing a song to Jake and skipping to the day they confront him. And we get to hear the song in full. And it's a fucking love song.
Dear Jake, I thought I knew you. I thought that you were good for me. Don't tell me you're sorry when all you did was hurt me. But I still dream about you. My heart remembers you. I have your love notes. I have your photographs. Thought our love was real. You love me like I want you to. But I guess that it's still good to be true. But Jake, I'll never be over you. Don't wake me now. This dream's too sweet to end it all. I wish you luck in all of your new adventures now. Oh, shake, I'll never be over you.
Hey, why is Mari singing a love song to someone who tried to sexually assault her? Can we not? Can we not do that? I don't even have any fucking words for this. I'm just over it. Some girls say Mari's voice sucks, and then Lizzie starts yelling at everyone, calling them prostitutes. And the episode ends with, I think that's fucking Nicole and this other guy, Luca, talking about how the bullying is getting worse and wondering what they're going to do. That was a fucking mess. It didn't start off horrible, but it went downhill so fucking fast. It was hard to keep up with all the bullshit that was constantly going on. There was so much wrong with this season, but it's not even the worst of Mari Cutie. No, that title goes to everything that happens in season 3, which never got finished. And I'm both sad because I want to know what was planned for the series, but also relieved because I don't have a lot more to watch. I hope I made sense in some parts of the video. I had to rewatch some of these episodes a few times, and the writing scrambled my brain a bit, so some of this might just be insane, incoherent rambling that I won't realize is insane, incoherent rambling for a few days. With season 2 officially over, I'm going to be taking a break from Mari Cutie for a bit before working on season 3. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new. Check out all my social medias linked down in the description below. I have a DeviantArt, Blue Sky, Artbyte, and Wattpad. I also have a gaming channel that I've been uploading more to. And I have a Ko-fi where I will be sharing videos only Ko-fi members will be able to see. I was going to use Patreon to share member-only content, but I'm gonna be so real. I keep forgetting my Patreon exists, so I neglect it. So we are forgetting about the Patreon. I would delete it, but I don't know how to do that. So ignore its existence. It doesn't exist anymore. Go to Ko-fi. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Yuji, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.